Hello everyone, welcome to my Let's Play series of RimWorld, and also my very first YouTube video. So before we hop into the game, let me shortly explain what RimWorld is. In RimWorld you instruct guys that have crash landed on a strange planet. When you crash, you start with 3 guys, but it is possible to get more people by various means. For example, you can take hostile actions against friendly visitors and kidnap some of their people. Or you can kidnap wounded raiders. Raiders who have attacked you, you wounded some of their guys and then you can capture them, etc, etc. Also you can buy people from slave traders, for example. So, it's important to keep in mind that we will have to feed these extra people if we get them. Usually depending on which biome you are in, it's harder to get food. Anyway, what really makes this game incredibly awesome is its storyteller, which increases the replay value of this game greatly. Every time you play, your experience is different. This might be like my 20th time playing this game, and I still have a lot of fun every time. So, let's start by creating a new world. I think I've already created one before, but that's okay. Let's use my name as a seed, so that you guys can also play on the same world if you like. And here we go, it's a world. There's ice sheets, tundra, desert, temperate forest, tropical rainforest, arid scrublands. There's a lot of biomes that we can play in. What I like to play in most is the jungle, because there's a lot of areas where the growing period is year round, which means that crops basically grow there in all months, all 12 months of the year, which is great. Because, for example, if you go on an ice sheet, food never grows, which is a very negative factor. It's really hard to get food in these areas. So, to keep this game playable, for at least me, maybe you guys are so incredibly good that you can do that. Maybe in the future I will do that, but for now I will go into the jungle where I can grow food very easily and feed my colonists. Anyways, another very positive thing about this little block right here, this little square, is that there's a lot of mountain in which there's minerals like steel, etc. So let's just save up this world and finish and create a new colony. There's 3 storytellers. The Cassandra Classic, which basically you start playing. If you play well, the challenges get worse, I'd say. If you play worse, the challenges get easier. It adapts to your playstyle. There's also Thobi, Chillax, which basically is like a sandboxy thing. It's not really hard. Anyway, there's Randy Random. He doesn't give a shit. He just throws everything he got at you. Anyway, let's just use Cassandra Classic and put it on challenge, the way RimWorld was meant to be played. So, let's select a world and look for the square that we found before. I think it was this one right here. Yeah, it was this one. And go into advanced, and yes, this is fine. Starting month auto, I think it's July, I'm not really sure. And map size is fine as is. You can play on a really big map, but all it does in my opinion is make it harder, because there's more ways for enemies to get to you. Anyway, let's just select the side, and now we get into the create character screen. So what's important here is to look for their age. The older they are, the more health problems they have, which you can find under the health tab. For example, this guy is, where did I see? He's 42 and he has a bad back. And you can imagine that somebody who's 20 doesn't have this. So it's important to look at their age, their traits. For example, This guy is cold tolerant, which means if you try to survive on an ice sheet, he might be interesting. And these are his skills. And as a fat grown soldier, he can't do shit but kill people. So, what I mostly look for is somebody who's young, is physically pretty strong, and can do mining or growing or researching. So let's randomize until we find somebody who fits those requirements. So this guy is 29. He's really good at social, but that's not what I'm looking for. This guy is really good at growing. He's 41. He's abrasive, which is a little bit negative. It's okay. He's steadfast. That's pretty good. So let's look at his health. He has no injuries. So this guy is actually pretty interesting. So let's just keep him around and go to our second settler, or second colonist. And since we have a grower now, we should try and get a miner and a researcher. A miner. This one is a miner. He's 60, so that's pretty old. Oh. He's a junkie. Anyway, let's look at his health. Yeah, let's not do this. Anyway, let's keep randomizing. A researcher. Physically dull. Psychically dull. I'm sorry. Anyways, this is a very positive trait in my opinion, since negative happenstances in the colony won't affect him very well. He's depressive though, so yeah, I'm not gonna get this guy. The permanent mood effect is really bad. So let's just keep going. Miner. Another miner and a constructor. Fast walker and prosthophile. I think this means that he wants to be bionic, so that's great. It's great to have those crazy nuts. Anyways, a scratch scar is okay. We can fix that. Since he wants to be a bionic, we can later on switch his leg to something robotic. So yeah, I want to keep this guy. He's awesome. So let's get a researcher, a grower, and a miner. Holy, he's awesome. Oh, he's very old. Grower, miner, a stab scar and a soldier shoulder. Let's see. No, let's just keep going. Researcher, where are you? Here. Research. 29. Pessimist. Negative mood effect. I don't want that. At least not in my founding 3 colonists. Maybe in the future when we get more colonists, it might be possible to get a few people with negative traits, but you know, not yet. Not when everything is so. So let's see. Research 10. Fast walker, chemical fascination. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. He will be drinking a lot of beer, but that's okay. So, great. So let's go with these guys. A male, a female, and a male. Let's see, who's the best shooter? A female. Oh my. Okay. I will rename this guy to me. That's awesome. And hope he doesn't die. So, this is it for the setup. If I press start, we will go straight into the game. So, I will see you guys in game. So, here we are. In game. The 3 of you awake in your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to escape to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown RimWorld. I can never say that word. RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Okay. So I'm gonna turn down the game volume a little bit. It's very loud. There we go. So, here we are. Let's pause before shit happens. And let's see. Character. Shooting 5, shooting 0, shooting 2. So let's get him the pistol. Let's get her the rifle. And let's get him the knife, since he can only really stab people and animals. So here's our world. A big mountain over here, an old building, some more jungle, a geyser, which you can later use to generate power. Another one, an old building, another one. Let's see if there's one close. Oh, that's very good, very good. So let's see if there's an area which we can easily defend. Yeah, there's one over here. We should only have to bridge off this gap and then, or like wall off this gap, and then it's okay. But I think I want to go for challenge and just stay where we landed. So if I right click, I open this menu on the bottom left, which has all the things that you can do in this game. The most important thing in the beginning is to set up a stockpile where your colonist can bring all the items that you have, and a dumping stockpile where you dump all the trash, basically. So now we have 2 stockpiles. Now we need to set up a growing zone where we grow all our foods. So 10 by 10 is enough for the beginning. So let's set up 3 sleeping spots for colonists. These are basically just designated zones. It doesn't give them what do you say, buffers or like advantages a normal bed would. This actually pisses them off because they just sleep on the ground, but that's okay for in the beginning. So let's just select all the silver, which is basically a currency in this game, and unforbid it so that they will start collecting it. Same for the medicine, for the survival meals, for the wood, for some metal that's down here, some more silver over here. And then if we unpause, they start working. But before we do that, let's click on overview and make sure that our people have the right tasks assigned to them. So research is not interesting yet. It's too early stage. Crafting too early, art too early. Tailoring, smithing, plant cutting is interesting for everybody, because we only got 1 great grower, but you know, that's fine. But as soon as we can harvest, everybody should help, you know, to get all the food. So let's see, we've got the teacher as a warden, which is very good. No cooking yet, no hunting yet. Constructing, repairing for the teacher. I want to have the surgeon as a doctor. It's actually weird how the surgeon is worse at doctoring than the teacher. So everybody on firefighting, if we have fires, they can all be patient. No flicking yet. Flicking of switches. Lorena as a warden. No cooking, no hunting. Growing only for him because he's really great at it. And that's basically it. So let's just unpause. And there they go. Equip the weapons. And she starts cutting the trees. That's in the growing zone. Because Hawk is the grower. If we check. Hawk is the grower, yes. So I'm actually dragging some silver over to the stockpile, I think. So let's speed up a little bit. Let's put it on speed 2 for now. So yeah, they're just all collecting the stuff and putting it into the stockpile. She's just planting crops and making sure the area is clear. So there's some metal over here, some compacted steel, some more steel over here, which we can mine out and use to build stuff. So let's give out an order under the same menu, but then orders. And chop wood and select all the trees in this area, so that they will start chopping them down, and we'll have more wood which we can use to build buildings. Chop, 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 chop. Actually, these bushes have food in them. If you give out an order to harvest, I think it's not ripe yet, but there are bushes. Let's see if we can find more. Oh yeah, there's one. If we give her a specific order to farm this bush, you can see berries. Awesome. So there's a lot of food in this jungle, so that's great. It will really help us out. Really help us out. So they're still chopping wood. Let's start on, let's see, digging out a little bit of space here so that we can make personal rooms for these guys. They're sleeping, so let's speed up time. So she made a lot of progress on the farm. A lot of stuff has been hauled to the stockpile, and there's a little bit of trash on the dumping stockpile. I think it's part of the escape pod that they put there. So there she goes. Plants, plants, plants. Goes really fast. She's really great at growing stuff, so that's awesome. What's his skill at mining? He's not really... He's okay at mining, but he doesn't feel fast. It takes a while. Probably because it's metal that they are... or steel that they are mining through. So... Ooh. So my dog is actually with me here. He's next to me, and he just got out of his sleeping place. I think he heard something, and he's just curious. So if you hear him, or at least you might hear him. So let's see. There's a cobra right here. I'm happy that they don't attack the colonists, luckily. We might go hunting animals later for food. Lexi. Hey. My doggy. Walking around. I think he finds it kinda weird that I'm talking to myself. He will probably think that I'm fucking nuts or something. He's probably like, oh, he finally went nuts. Anyway. There's a lot of metal. I didn't expect this. I expected some metal, but not this amount. So let's just continue digging. Okay, we'll put my dog on my lap. There he is. And he's laying down. Most of the times he just wants to cuddle up. Anyway. Sleeping again. Sleepyheads. The food is growing really well. 33% grown, so that's 1/3. That's really well. Well, not 1/3, that would be gross, but 1/3. Anyway, what should it be called? The colony name. What should it be called? Let's call it... Crazies. No, No. This is harder than you would think. Berryville, because of all the berries that we've got. There's berries everywhere. Berries. Anyway, let's keep digging. Start laying down some floors. It will look nicer, which is very important for them. There's a little button over here. Toggle the beauty display. Displays the beauty of the world as would be perceived by a character standing where the mouse is pointing. So if you turn this on, you can see that all the rubble... Oh, wait. Something popped up. A inventor named Lars Corrison calls you from nearby. He's being chased by tribespeople from the Lerka of the plain. He begs for safety and offers to join your colony. Biologically, he is 19 years old. Be warned, if you accept, you will have to fight off the tribespeople. Well, this sucks because... You know, I don't know what his traits are. I don't know what he's good at. I know he's young, so that's positive. But if I accept and I protect him, I will have my first enemy aside from the raiders. But, you know, fuck it, I guess. Oh shit, slow down. Okay, oh, he immediately joined. That's awesome. He doesn't have a weapon, so you should head over here. Where's my other guy? Oh, here. Whew, that scared me. I thought she was disappeared. Okay. Here's the tribespeople. Oh, it's only one guy with a spear. And he's in good health. So let's fuck him up. Okay. Go here. And there he comes. Put our guys into defense. Hide behind these rocks. Now she has because she has the rifle, she can shoot from very far. And the guy with the pistol has a closer range. So if I put her here, she will be able to shoot him from very far away. Okay, so visitors. A weaver from Kai of Chicken is visiting the colony. Talk, talk, chicken, chicken. Oh, more tribal people. We shouldn't make them our enemies. Let's see how much camps for factions are around. Okay, so there's the pirate band, which is always your enemy. There's always a group of raiders, but there's also the Lurker of the Plain, which is now our enemies because we decided to help Lars out. Anyway, my time is up, so thank you guys for watching, and we will fight out this little fight next episode. And so, see you guys next time. Bye bye.